Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brickformula review of LEGO set 4431, the ambulance. It has 199 pieces for ages 5 to 12, and it's from the City series, and this set retails for $19.99. And here in the front, we see that the guy needs help, even though he looks perfectly fine. And we see them again over here. Here in the back, we can see what had happened from start to finish. He was just riding his bike, saying, "Look, Mom, I'm riding with one hand," and then he gets trashed. Anyway, I'll talk about this set in more detail coming up. Here are the minifigures, and as you can see, we get two paramedics. The first one's a guy, and here he is. I really like the details that they have for the uniform. It's really cool, especially in the back here where they have the Star of Life, and right there in the middle is the rod of Asclepius. For those of you who are clueless, Asclepius was the Greek god of healing. Although I imagine most people don't really care, so I'll just move on. And he's carrying a medical kit, so pretty cool overall. Here's his partner, who has the same exact details there for the uniform. And that's her face. She doesn't look like the type who will give you mouth to mouth, which is probably why she's carrying a defibrillator. Too bad it doesn't come with those jumper cables, electrodes, to bring you back to life. Anyway, and here is the pedestrian, or the bicyclist. No details there in the back. I do like how his shirt comes with this grid design. This way you can play tic-tac-toe or Connect 4 while he's lying there unconscious. And if you thought that was pretty messed up, you should see the stretcher that they put him on over here. It's pretty basic. It's pretty cool. Although when it comes to this part, I imagine that's the bag of IV. Although seriously, it looks like the water dispenser for a hamster or a gerbil. Try sucking on that. It might feel a little bit demeaning. Strangely enough, included in this set are these little accessories that you put on the street corner, such as the fire hydrant, the garbage can, and traffic light. And while it may seem like it's not necessary, when you think about it, the bicyclist needs something to crash into, because if the insurance company finds out that he's been hurting himself on purpose, they're not going to cover him. So at least you can run into these things and say you got hurt, and they'll probably laugh, but at least they'll cover you. And there it is. Let's take a look at the ambulance. First, let me start by saying that I like this ambulance a lot, despite all the pain-in-the-butt stickers that you gotta put on here. Here it is from the side. This one's hard because it's right there in the middle, and this one you want to put on there without your fingerprints showing up in between the white lines. There's the top, where we have a latch, and you can open this up and play inside. There's the back, and you can open this one up too. And way in there we have a heart monitor, and it looks like whoever's gonna get hooked up to that is gonna die because the pulse just goes straight. Probably got bored to death. There's the bottom, and there's the front where we have more stickers. And now we can put our driver inside. As you can see, there's plenty of space, and right there on the sides there is probably where you can put his medical kits. And we'll just drop them off in there. Looks like a pretty speedy driver, at least I would hope so. And to the back here is where you can slide our patient on the stretcher. It doesn't matter which way you put it in, either way is fine. And it fits in just nicely. See that? So you can close that up. It can stick out a little bit too, because this part right here is a little bit hollow. And then from up here is where you can put our young lady to watch after him. And there we go. It looks like a really bumpy ride. See? Nothing really secures him, so he might be dead on arrival when he gets there. Anyway, on to the recommendations. Overall, I say it's a pretty good set. When it comes to the price and value, it is comparable to the garbage truck and the car and caravan that came out at the same time as this one. It's around 10 cents a piece, so not bad. When it comes to the play value, I'd say it's excellent, because you do have the bicyclist who gets hurt and he needs an ambulance right away to help him out. And we do get these little street accessories, although I'll admit it's not necessary. I think we could have been just fine without them, but you get them. And if you want, you can pluck them off and just place them into your Lego City if you want to. Now, when it comes to the ambulance itself, it is pretty detailed, especially with the stickers on there. And I'll admit, I'm not a huge fan of the stickers, but they do add a nice touch to this one. And it has more details than the previous ambulance sets. And yeah, I think you'll like it. And that sums up my review. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.